Hi guys, Jen here. So for this week's assignment, I actually have two different organizations that I wanted to talk about for design. The first one is the AIA, which is the American Institute of Architecture. It's a super important organization, especially in Chicago, with us being a city known for our architecture. I really liked their print design. If you can see here on my screen, they have a special category called small projects where architects and developers and even contractors can enter buildings for awards every year. It is a certain unit count. So these aren't big skyscraper buildings. They are less than 100 units, I believe. I love how they designed this to be punny. We see that a lot with designers, but you can see the small projects is actually in a huge typeface. It actually goes outside of the boundary of the business card, and then it's carried through the art gallery space. So I think that's super fun play on words, and it gets people really understand that these aren't small projects. These are big projects. They have a lot of design. So that was the first one that I liked a lot. You can see that they have consistency with typeface and color scheme. But that's a super fun one. The thing I didn't like is you can see this was the original website design as done by A5 Branding. And since launching, this is the current site. It looks nothing like what's in the portfolio. And I think this is just a testament to how websites can become Frankensteins the more you add on to them, and it really brings us back to that design principle we discussed in the lecture about editing. So this is a Frankenstein of a website. There's a lot going on the homepage. You can see that they've started to incorporate ads, which you got to do for revenue, but they're just distracting on the homepage. So if they could go back to how it was originally designed, where it's clean, they have that small projects laid out in the right typeface, that would be better. Oopsie. The second project that I wanted to share with is by a different branding agency based here in Chicago, Rule 29. They had a unique challenge. They were tasked with updating the Make-A-Wish logo. You can see the current or the old one here on the left, and then the new one here on the right. And they had to balance a lot of opinions, not only with every local chapter, the history of the organization, the donors who obviously have a say in the brand, as well as the recipients. So there are a lot of different people and audiences they had to speak to and opinions they had to include. And I think they did a wonderful job of updating it while still paying homage to the heritage and the importance of the organization. Their print ads are what I wanted to discuss. There are a couple examples here. They're very simple, and you'll notice I pulled up a few more in Google. They all have really strong visuals. They're happy children. They convey tones of excitement. They're action, so you can feel the movement in them. And I just think that's a testament to how we talked about visuals speaking for us. They don't have a lot of text in them, usually just a small tagline and the logo. And I think that is how we should build our slideshows, to convey one idea per slide and then let the audience kind of fill in the blanks. So that's my feedback for this week. I hope you all had a great long weekend, and I'll talk to you all next week.